Hi guys, we're at Drayton Manor today and it's absolutely rammed. We're currently queuing to get in, but we're not complaining about that because last month we came, I think it was the 9th, it was Evie's birthday, we came in and because it was Evie's birthday we went to Thomasland and spent all this time in Thomasland. But the reason it was so rammed is because it were coming up to school holidays, so all the schools were going on days out. There weren't that many people in, it were just kids going on school trips with school obviously. And because of that, they made Thomasland a situation where you had to have a parent to get in. So Thomasland were absolutely empty. There were no queues in that side. It were absolutely mint. And I thought that was really nice for them to do. But on his way out, they were like, look, because the park's so busy with school kids today, we're giving you all free access return. So we're coming back today, and it is absolutely rammed again. I doubt we'll get free return tickets again. But that don't matter, we're going to have a good day. There's actually quite a few of us today. My sister's come with her daughter. And there's a good age mix for us. Ayla's 2, and we've got Jackson, which is 11. So it could be different kind of rides. We should have a good day. See how it goes. So here we are inside Drayton Manor. When you first get into Drayton Manor, there's not that much of a big entrance or anything like that. As soon as you walk in, you've got the Thor ride, which is a disco coaster, and it is quite a decent sized disco coaster. And the theming already hits you in the face. You've got the Viking type experience. And like I said, this Thor coaster, disco coaster, up with a nice bump in the middle and then up the other side. The family's come over here, so I'm going to go and follow them, find out where they are. I found them.
Whenever I'm older, I love this game.
Hello, Ayla. Right, so that ride, I have no idea what it's called. I'm not even going to pronounce it because I'm going to fail. Lily, how were it?
It was really good. I took a birthday picture and I loved it. I loved the ride.
Jackson, did you enjoy it?
It was fun. It wasn't going fast, but it did actually. I didn't think it would be that fast of when it went.
Simple ride. Again, we've seen them in many places, but it is one of them rides that's just really fun. And again, it fits in with the theming. The theming round this section is really good. It's a small section, but there's a fair amount of rides. Right across from that, you've got Loki, and that ride does look really incredible and really fun. I think it's the first of its kind with the 4. As you see, it's got the 4 rather than just the 1. It don't go really fast. I've just been watching it. I've just done the video for it. What I do like about it though is the loading, it drops down and then it rises again. So it doesn't load vertically like you'd expect, and it rises up to keep everyone well off the floor. It is a really fun ride. It's Lily's birthday today, so she's pretty much dominating where we go. I think next it's 4 and it spins. So you know for a fact that I'm out. So we skipped 4, we've come over to the Buffalo ride, which isn't called Buffalo ride, it's called something like Jormungandr or something like that. Again, it's themed in, and I'm sorry I'm not very good at Viking names. So we're skipping this one as well because the queues are big. Now, as I said when we came in, it is very busy today. So what we're doing is going to the other side of the park, because it's only been open for half an hour, and quite often in theme parks you get people that come in and just go on the ride, stay in the immediate area. Now, people might be watching this thinking, of course it's busy, it's 6-week holidays, kids are off school. But we've actually found that quite often in theme parks, the last week of 6-week holidays, the last couple of weeks, isn't that busy because people have been out, spent all the money, ain't got any money left. That's the exit to the Viking area. Again, lovely themed area. As soon as you come out of that, the theming stops for the Vikings. So it is nice to have direct, intentional theming. So we've left the Viking area. Hopefully we'll be able to go on the Thor and the Jormungandr ride later. There is the new ride as well. That's just opened. So we're going to try and get on that at some point. Whether we'll actually manage it with the timing or not, I don't know. And this is the hard thing about places like this. There's plenty of rides for people like Eva, 3-year-old, but there's also plenty of rides for adults. So trying to get on them all isn't that easy because you've always got someone sat waiting that can't go on something. So it's got a Viking area which you can see behind me, and we've got the flying Dutchman straight away. Swing ride, I get a bit of footage of that, but it's just a typical swing ride. Very much smaller to the one that we saw last week at Lightwater Valley. So Lil, how was the Flying Dutchman?
Good.
Did you really enjoy it?
I loved it that much when so the little ones had to go on the outside and the older ones had to go on the inside, and the inside was like tilting that way so you could see like how high up you are, and I was like, oh my god.
Jackson, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Really fun. And it's only a 1 metre height restriction, so Evie got to go on as well. Let's see if she'll speak to you. How was it, Evie?
Good.
You had your hands in the air, didn't you? Ayla went on it too, and she had her hands up the entire. She had a massive smile all the time. Bit good?
Yeah.
Don't know where we're heading next. The Flying Dutchman has 2 seats. They're like boats, so it is the swing ride, but it's got boats. And it is quite cool because all those swing rides usually just take off. This one actually lifts the boats off the floor and then goes round. I've just been round while they were on that and got a bit of footage of things like the Accelerator. The weird thing about this is the exits usually come first when you come in through the entrance. So like the Accelerator's here, and it looks like the entrance, so there's no queue. But actually that's the exit, the entrance is on the other side. And you can't see the queue as well. The queues are quite often hidden. So we're going to have a walk around there, I imagine, see who wants to go on that. I know Lily will be dying to go on it. I'm going to try and get Steph to get on it so I can get more footage of the rest of the park. Secretly, that's because I don't like backward roller coasters either. Really, I'm just a big scaredy cat. But I don't mind going on it. It looks like a fun little ride. Don't look too fast, I might try and get some stats of that. But we'll see how it is. I also apologise, because I know I keep looking at my mic rather than looking at the camera. I'll try and fix that. For some bizarre reason, I forgot to film, but we've only walked around the Accelerator. I just want to point out that there is a stage here. It is a very small stage, but it's steel girded. Nice little stage. We're just now seeing if Evie's big enough for Accelerator, which she won't be at all. So yeah, you've also got the 4D cinema behind us. We went in that and saw that a couple of weeks ago when we came for Evie's birthday, and it is a fun little 4D. To be honest, the timings of the effects aren't as good as other 4D cinemas I've been in, but it is a great little experience for the whole family, so that's fun. Steps back from Accelerator, so we're going to see what's happening, who's going on it, and we'll see what's occurring. I've also just been looking at fast passes. I'm going to have a look again in a sec, but I'm sure it's 5 fast passes for 35 quid, which isn't extortionate, and I'm thinking so that the adults get some time to go on roller coasters, we might have to do that today. We might have to do that today. Sorry, that was Accelerator above head. Oh, I do like a good bit of ride theming. I think this is the ultimate test for my camera as well, because it's not like in the darkness. And because I'm going on a ride, I've left my mic and stuff back at the pushchairs. So when you first come in, if the queue is up to there, it's 60 minutes. I can't see another marker, so I don't know how long this is. But yeah, I'm going to stop filming, and if there's any more theming to show you, I'll show you the rest of the queue. Again, a bit more theming. We've just gone to that little bit of an hallway, and there's some more theming in here. Nice bit of workshop for a car. Again, you just can't beat theming, especially in queue aisles. I hope our seats are as comfy as they look.
Showtime. 12, 15, 25 minutes. We go for it? Yeah?
So that were Accelerator. Might have to try and record this because Steph's got my mic, she had the push chairs. Actually, the load up, the hill before the drop is a lot higher than you thought. Stacey was sat there going, oh no, why have I come on this? But it were actually a really good ride. And it is lap bar only, there's no shoulder restraints, which roller coasters are doing more and more these days because the shoulder restraints are only actually there to make you feel safe if you don't do all. And it gives you a much more free sense of feel. It is quite fun and it does feel a lot better. What did you think, Lil?
I loved it so much. I loved it. Yeah, I loved it like more than the rides we've been on so far.
Happy days. Now we're going to find Steph because she's walked uphill. I'm going to check the audio out on this. I might have to re-record it. So we went on Accelerator, we walked up here, and Gold Rush were out of service. We came up here to meet Steph, and when we got up here, it were out of order. So I was a bit gutted, and I thought, oh damn. And as we came out of the toilet, literally as we came out, which the toilets are only there, and they're really cool because the track runs around the toilets. But while we were in the toilets, while Steph were in the toilets, she came out, and as she came out, they removed the maintenance sign. They just reopened the ride. So we literally ran down this queue area, straight onto the ride. Now, the interesting thing about it is there's all this theming. So the roller coaster actually goes into this building. The toilets are the themed the same. So the toilet's like inside the ride area and they're part of the theming, and it's really cool in that way. So we rushed down onto it, literally one cart went, they let us go into the loading bay, that cart went, and then we're on. So we felt really lucky with this because this is a brand new roller coaster. It opened just last month, like 4 weeks ago. And there were absolutely no queue. That just doesn't happen. So it goes 17 metre off the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Its track length is 593 meters, but it actually goes 810 because the track swaps twice, which is an incredible experience. It is such a clever ride.
Failure to secure loose items might result in ride being stopped.
It is such a clever ride. It takes you to the top of a loader. Like I said, that's the highest it goes is 17 meters. Its top speed's 37 meters. And it is such a smooth ride. Quite often you get on these rides and they're not that smooth, but it is super smooth. So it takes you to the top of a lift hill, it drops you off. It takes you in there, it's like, dude, you've gone the wrong way, and it's all smoking there, you can't see jack all, and then it fires you backwards. You come back round. And you know me, I hate going backwards, but it takes you back round. Straight back onto the lift hill. And at this point I'm thinking, oh my god, we're going to go down the other side of the lift hill. But as you see, the track doesn't actually go down the other side of the lift hill. Instead what you do is you go full forward. And when it went up, I expected it's going to load you back, it's going to slow you down, and then it's going to ease you back into the loading station, but it doesn't. It fires you out, you go back into there, and then you actually come forward out of the front of that cabin. There's lots of bumps in it, lots of stomach drops. It is absolutely an amazing ride. So I'm just going to take you the rest of the queue, just so you can see the theming. And then I'll go back and find Steph, because I think she needs me to sit with her on a ride with the smaller two children. I am so chuffed that we managed to get on this ride. And then again, after I've filmed this section, I'll try and get a bit more footage of this ride, because it's been quite hard to get. But it even looks like an amazing ride. And there you go, I got to the queue, so I'm not going to walk up the rest. But inside there is very much similar to the rest of the ride. But it's brand new, it looks brand new, and it is a really, really clever ride. I was so impressed. It's not the fastest, it's not the biggest, but it is one of the cleverest rides I've ever witnessed. So that's the Gold Rush. I've just been on it, done the walk around. And like I said, it's such an incredible ride. I know I'm going on about it a lot, but I was really amazed. Behind us, we've got Sheriff Showdown. Steph, Jackson, and Ayla are on the way to do that. Lily and Steph have gone back on. Lily and Stacey have gone back on Gold Rush. So I'm going to wait for them to go on this Sheriff Showdown. Say it's a shooter coaster, get points to go around and stuff. Really quite fun, but very much typical. The theming's good. And I don't know what they actually call this area, but as you can tell, it's very country and western. And there is a nice bit of theming around here as well. It's something that Drayton have really nailed. So Steph and Lil went back to go on Gold Rush, but there were a massive queue, and I thought it had shut down again, but it hadn't shut down. What had actually happened is there were a guy that had bought a pass, and I was looking at the fast passes like I was saying earlier, and the structure's really weird. There's 3 different levels. One that's like 24 per person, pound, and it admits you to 3 rides on the fast pass. There's another one that does more rides, and then there's a £100 per person one. And out of all 3 passes, the only one that gets you onto all of the rides is the £100 a person one, £99 a person. So if you pay £24 to go on 3 ride fast passes, you still don't get on Gold Rush and the other new and big roller coaster. So that is really disappointing. And what had occurred is this guy had bought a pass, it got to Gold Rush, and he kicked off. And because he was kicking off, they had to wait 15 minutes while security sorted it out. Personally, if you're kicking off at something like that, as long as it's been explained right, if he's kicking off, get him off site. He's wasting everyone else's time, you know. But I'm sure they handled it well. I don't know, I weren't there. So yeah, if the Gold Rush footage weren't all that good, I do apologise. Evie were trying to run away, so I was trying to watch her and trying to catch her as well. But yeah, that's Gold Rush. I hope the footage is good enough for you. I'm going to get a little bit more footage, and then we're going to head back down the hill. I just figured while we're here, I'll show you the seats for Gold Rush. See, again, it doesn't have shoulder restraints. It says shoulder restraints, it has these lap bars. So it is a coaster, a fairly, very decent one. There isn't much room for your feet in there. I found I had to have my feet under my bum rather than in front of me. And I prefer to have my feet in front of me. I like to use the brake. Obviously, the inner brake is all in my head. But that is the carriage. And again, it's a new thing that all roller coasters. It's not new, but it is a thing that's happening more and more common. But roller coasters don't give you shoulder restraints. And again, I suppose this is actually just a runaway carriage type of coaster, albeit a big runaway carriage type of coaster. It is so much more thrill-inducing because you haven't got that false sense of security that the shoulder restraints give you. It's just a lap bar, and you feel much more free, and it does really add to the experience. Right, Lil, that was Gold Rush. What did you think?
I think it was good. I like the backwards thing. When you go in, like, there's this bomb room, and when you go in it, the first time you have to go backwards, and then you go back in it, and then the bombs have already exploded, so you go straight through it on the end ride. So I love that bit.
Steph were adamant to go on the Haunted, so that's where we're going. If I've got a bit of wobble, I do apologise. I've took my microphone off and put my gimbal away so I can go on the ride and not have to worry about my gimbal being in my way or all like that. So on to the Haunting. And I do like this entrance. It does very feel Alton Towers 13-ish. But look at the greenery. It's nice. We've now got a queue. So yay for the queue. Again, while we're queuing out, I thought I'd just show you a bit more of the theming and stuff. Not so much theming, it's more of the ride. You've even got some animatronics there with the door opening and closing, which is nice. Nice feel to it. And then on the other side, we've got something as well. If we can move past Steph, Jackson and Lil, got a bit of paranormal research activity. A bit closer, but we just missed the cut-off, so it'll be another 15 minutes, because if we do 15-minute cycles, it is a right shame it doesn't tell you how many people get in, so then you can count how many people you've got. But again, I just thought I'd show you a bit of theming up close, and we are right now on the path to get in. So we'll be on the next ride, just another 15-minute wait. Ayla, are you having a good day?
Ayla, 1, 2, 1, 2. Sing a song.
Again, it's quite often the hidden detail that is the best, but if you watch the crow carefully, the crow moves. And when you've got a 15-minute wait, that is quite a... It's one of them little details that very few people have probably noticed, although the study of 15 minutes. Look round often enough and you'll see something. And typically, now I'm recording it, it's not actually moving. There you go. A little bit of movement from the crow. I dare you to knock on the door. You're so brave. Keep out danger. Danger. Mwahaha. Stacey finds it funny that I'm recording. I were going to promote a business, but I'm not anymore. Oh, it's creepy. It's creepy.
So, welcome to the haunting. Next point will be no phones or cameras. No recording while in the house.
That's my time to go. He said no recording, so. So there we go, that was The Haunting. Do you know, it's an old ride. Alton Towers have just released Subterra, Nemesis Subterra, which is a very similar intro. Other than that, it's like a Hex at Alton Towers. It's that kind of ride, which always confuses me. I'm sure it's partly the room spins and it's partly that the ride spins, but it is so strange because you feel like you're upside down and stuff. And a big tip, if you're ever on Nemesis, if you're on X at Alton Towers, or if you're at The Haunting here at Drayton Manor, if you don't like it, your room starts to spin and stuff, and you start to feel a bit dizzy, just look at the floor or something, or look at the walls to the sides of you. It quickly gets rid of it. As you know, Harley don't do spinning. But it is a cool little quirky ride. We've queued half an hour for it, and I really wouldn't advise that. It is getting a bit outdated, but it is alright. We've now ended up in a room that I assume was a shop room at one point. It's now just an empty room with some pictures on the wall. Ooh. Also, we're also doing some decorating and refurbing in the next door eat and drink place. Ice cream parlour. A little bit of behind scenes view for you here. And I assume this is part of it when it's open. So that's it, we're back off outside. I've been left, so we're going to go and find everyone. There you go, back outside. So there we go, that's that corner of the park finished. Now going back to the centre. There is something that's worth mentioning out with The Haunting, because everyone that's walked past said it. They all walk in and go, oh, 15-minute queue, and they get in the queue. The sign does not say 15-minute queue. The problem is, it says 15 minutes really big, but then just below it, it says queue cycles. So what that means is, I don't know how many people got in, I think it's like 15 people, roughly speaking, and it takes 15 minutes for every lot to enter. So if there's 30 people, you could be waiting half an hour, 45 minutes. That is, if there's only 5 people, you're going to get on in the next 15 minutes. And that's what that 15 minutes means. So here we are, we're back down this area. We've got, right in front of me now, we've got the Accelerator. And this nice bit of theming around the cinema. Like I said, the cinema there, and it is all tavern in there. I took a picture of Lily earlier at the end of that because there is a part where there's bars, basically. It's an imitation prison photo opportunity. And that's the end of that. So it does fit into the theming of the Western type thing. Frontier Falls, Drayton Manor, established 1850. And the lake, which you've probably seen if you've watched Drayton Manor videos before, is just over here. Accelerator that we've already been on is over there. The zoo is down to that side. And that you can see on the left there is a food court. So in up this side now, up this side, from what I remember, there's a lot of stalls and things. But there is also Thomas Land and stuff. So we're going to see what interests us. And then we're going to head up to the zoo, I imagine. There you go, that's just a little bit of view from the water. You can see the pirate ship, you can also see the water slide, which I'm not quite sure what it's called, we'll get to that in a second. You can also see the swingy thing, the storm, whatever it's called, and I really wanted to and I really wanted to get all 3 in the shot, so I filmed the water ride, then I realised the shot would be absolutely amazing with all 3 going. But it took, I don't know what were occurring, but it took for ages for the pirate ship to load up. And when it did load up, the other ride, the swingy one, the storm, that hadn't gone at all. So I thought, well, if I wait all day for all three to sync up, I could be here literally all day. And I'd already told Steph and everyone else to walk on. So I'm trying to find them now. The pirate ship's called Bounty. It's here. Hopefully the queue moves a lot faster for them guys than it did for what I was watching a minute ago, because it were really slow. Stormforce 10 is the water slide. That is just in front of me now, because I've literally just walked around the lake. We're going to go into Thomas Land, because I imagine that's where everyone else is, but we can't be quite sure. I'm just casually walking now, look. So I don't know where they are. Maelstrom. The one, that's the exact footage that I was looking for a minute ago. But it's a good job I didn't wait, because the pirate ship is now loading up. So I literally could have been waiting all day. This part of a theme park is a bit funfairish. You've got all these sorts of rides. The train does run as well, look. It goes up that side. But yeah, you've got all these stalls. Let me switch around and I'll show you what's going on this side of it. Like I say, it's a bit funfairish. You've got all these stalls, try and win prizes and stuff. Maelstrom still going on. But yeah, I've got absolutely no idea where Steph is. So we will head to Thomas Land, because I doubt they'll be waiting for Maelstrom. And like I said, you've got more fun fairs there. Another big roller coaster over there. But at the minute, we're focusing on where Stephanie is. So we're just approaching Thomas Land, because surely that's where they are. Because Jackson don't like big rides either. So I'm banking on that's where they are. But again, you've got some nice theming. I do like the theming of the rides here. My arch nemesis, the Carousel. The one that spins you around and makes you dizzy. Again, more train track. And I've never actually been on a train here. But like I said, I think I've only ever been once. So instead of filming random people, I'm going to switch off the camera, get in Thomas Land. In fact, I'm at Thomas Land, so I may as well film the entrance in case Steph is in here. Otherwise, I'll have to come back and do it. And I like Thomas Land because it is themed nice to look. So we did actually go on this train, and that takes you round to the back end of the zoo, which is nice, because the problem is if you bring a child here and you come to Thomas Land, to get to the zoo, you have to walk through all the big rides. So it's really nice that they've incorporated a train track that takes you through it without having to go through all that with your toddlers. And the beauty of that is, I don't know what I was saying. If the beauty of that is a train ride, that's the beauty of it. It is Thomas Land, so it fits the theme perfectly well. So I really like how they did that. We haven't been on the other train, so exactly where it takes you, I'm not fully sure. Fairly adamant I can't see Steph in here, and I don't want to double repeat my videos, so I'm going to cut off, go and find them, and we'll continue from wherever I find her. I should have known, so I've just come out of Thomas Land and come down here. And yes, we're on the Carousel, my arch nemesis. There you go, my beautiful ladies, look. And Jackson has been super brave and going on the Carousel. Little wave from Eva. So while they're on my arch nemesis, let's have a little tour around. That looks a bit arcadey in there. It's a shop. And there's a little bit of an arcade. Pool table by the looks of it. It might have been air hockey. Not fully sure. This is the train station, look. Polperro Express. People coached up, ready to go. It does say that the train stops operating at 4 PM. It is a very handsome train. I don't want to sound like one of them train spotters, because I'm not, but it's fairly handsome, look. So I might just stay here for a second and wait for him to set off. you go. That's for Carousel, that area. Straight across from it, you've got Jolly Buccaneer. Lily and Jackson go on that, so we'll see how it is. It goes around in circles, so you know I ain't got a chance on that. I really don't do spinning, and I still ain't got to grips with looking at the camera rather than a microphone. You'd think after all this time, I'd be able to talk to a camera, wouldn't you? Obviously not. Jolly Buccaneer, and then by looks of it, you've also got Dodgems just to the side of that. The Dodgem House. So I think next, Steph's just said we're going to go to Thomas Land, and then we're going to look at the other big rides if we've got time. But we're running out of time now. We've only got 2 hours left in the day. We have covered most of the park, to be fair, and although it seems really busy coming in, it's not actually been that bad. So I'm going to get some footage of this Jolly Buccaneer because it actually looks really fast. Bang some footage of that, and then I think we'll back off up to Thomas Land to explore Thomas Land. And there is a little miniature Thomas village that I want to show you because that's really cool.
That was the best one yet.
Yes, very good.
Our Jolly Buccaneers, Jackson.
That was right good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It looked,
Then I had another person approach me and ask me if I do YouTube, which is happening quite frequently, but I think it's because I've got my camera that's got the fluffy microphone on. So it is starting to happen a lot today. Usually I don't think they recognise it as much, but because it's got the fluffy microphone on, because it's windy, that's the only reason I put it on, a lot more people are noticing me than they did at Lightwater Valley. Which is weird and awkward. And again, at Lightwater Valley we didn't have anyone standing in the background waving, which we've had 2 or 3 times today already. So my sister's like, oh, it's famous! And it's not that people recognising me, it's because they're recognising my microphone and wanting to talk to see if I'm on it. But I think we have gained 2 or 3 subscribers today. One of them were a kid, and I didn't have the guts to tell him not to subscribe because of the true crime content. So kid, if that's you, don't be watching the true crime content, it's not good for you. Just watch the other vlogs. So we're back in Thomas Land. And what I didn't mention before is this is actually a stage, and quite often you'll get the conductor, because that's his name these days, is no longer what it used to be called. You quite often get the conductor up on the stage doing things, and then he's down in the area doing a meet and greet, which is always nice. And something that I haven't managed to catch on camera yet today is there is quite often costumes, so you've got the mascots, should I say, walking around, doing meet and greets, taking pictures, and then they also do the stage later on in the afternoon, all the way up till just after closing, which is nice. And we've also got a statue of Mr. Topham Hatt. It's not only a statue, I don't know if you can see the waterfall, and you can. This is also a waterfall. Troublesome Trucks weren't on last time I came, I think. If it were, it was a big queue, and I do think they opened it while we were here. Yeah, no, I've just thought about it. They definitely opened it while we were here, but that's not running today, which is a shame. But Thomas Land, as it is a great little theme park for kids. Even though Ayla is currently not wanting to partake. She wants to go and play in the water feature. Excuse me, sir, can you let me in? Yeah. But yeah, the theming in this part is absolutely on point. So let's have a little walk around. So I don't know where Steph's gone. She's left me and Stacey. Up top there, up first here, you've got the typical water putting out game. You see them in quite a lot of theme parks in the kids sections. I went on that the other week and I got absolutely drenched. Now this thing back up here is quite fun. It spins round as it goes round. So each car spins individually and it goes around the centre tower. But they have little guns on that you wind up. Let's see if I can see the guns before it sets off. The cannons. So you've got these cannons here. So you spin the handle and it pumps water out so you can wet each other as you go around. And if you didn't notice, there's also the exterior cannons that you probably used to have to pay for, but they're not working anymore. And they weren't working last time we came, which is a bit of a shame. And it's definitely not because of the weather. because we're at the back end of summer. We've got Jeremy's Flying Academy, typical ride. And I like being able to catch it on the way around because that means I don't have to stop and film it separately. Across from Jeremy's Flying Academy, you have Tobys Team Express. And I guarantee you, Jackson hasn't seen this ride moving before. If he had, he wouldn't be on it. So have a little clip of that and then we'll see what else is around. So that's Tobys Team Express. Then we've got Blue Mountain Engines just to the side of that. And believe it or not, this ride goes round in circles. And last time we came, I was actually brave enough to go on it. So we'll get a bit of footage of this as well. What I'm trying to do at this point is go around, get the footage. The kids are going to go on this because I want to show you the miniature village. And we're not going to have time to do that. So I'm just going to go show you because I can't have you missing out on that. That is a really impressive piece. Across from Blue Mountain Express, you've also got the balloons, which again, a simple ride, goes up, goes round. Happy little kids ride. I'll get a bit of footage of this and then I'll show you the submarine splash. See, it goes round and I dared go on this. This is Blue Mountain Engines. Then up here we've got Submarine Splash. And I'm going to tell you a quick story. A chap's just come up to me while I was waiting for that ride to start. And he says, excuse me, my little lad watches you on YouTube. I says, does he? He says, yeah. I said, I don't think he does. He says, no, he really does. I says, that's interesting, because this little lad was about 3-year-old. I says, it's a true crime channel. He really shouldn't be watching it. so that Rocky says, oh, I'm going to go and tell my missus off. It was her that said she watched him. You must look like someone else. I says, it will be this content, and not just theme parks, but more child-friendly content coming forward. But it's really not a kid's kind of vlog. So he looks so embarrassed, bless him. But there you go, this is the Submarine Splash. Just a very, very kiddie log flume. And it's fun, it's colourful, and it's everything you want out of a kid's log flume. I still can't get over that. He watches you on YouTube. I just looked at him and I said, dude, no he doesn't. He says, yeah he does. I says, no he doesn't. I said, I'm telling you he does. I says, dude, it's a true crime channel. I sit talking about murder. I'm fairly sure you hadn't found my video from last week and started watching that and repeat to the point that you recognise me. You're like, she's done me in. Yeah, fair enough. Strangely about Thomas Land, it splits into two. So we've just done that side and now we're going on to the other side. But I'm going to miss most of the rides because I think we'll be going on them with the kids and beeline to the miniatures. So let me just turn you around so you can see where we're going. Before I do, this is the gate, the main entrance that we came in earlier. Now, when we came before and it was closed for children only, you had to have an adult. They actually had a member of staff stood on that gate enforcing that, which was cool. There's another gate down here, which if we get to it, I'll show you, and that was locked off so kids couldn't come that side either. Which, like I said, I think was a great touch. So there we are, we're on with a walk of where I just told you we were going to walk. Up here, we've got a few more rides. You've got a Cars ride here. Last time we came, we went to look at that. Now the miniatures are actually hidden in here. If you walk through the shop, and unlike in Lightwater Valley, this shop does actually have Thomas merch. It's not cheap. We bought Evie our little bag for when she starts school in September. Some more of your vintage type toys there. Not as interesting and vintage as you'd hope. But as you can see, the shop is really nice done. and really nicely themed. Now, the cars ride does come through the shop, and there's little things like that that I do really like at theme parks, when they integrate everything together. But if you follow the track all the way up these stairs, not stairs, it's a slope, and you can get in through another entrance. So let's see where that entrance takes us first. It's supposed to be exit only, but no one seems to adhere to the entrance and exit onlys. So if you look up here, you have people on cars ride. I think this is actually an exit of that ride. Nice little car ride that just goes around with Thomas Land. It does peek out, and you don't actually enter this through Thomas Land directly. The back gate that I've just expressed is where you enter it from. But there you go, it goes around the top. And you'll see more of that as we go around. I'll go back in there and show you the miniatures and put some background music onto it, because there is Thomas music playing in the background. So despite the fact we're probably going to come back round this way, I hope you enjoy the miniatures. It really is an interesting little thing, the amount of effort it takes. I'm always admirable about them kind of things. So I had to show it here. We're now just going to have a walk around back to find Steph and everyone. And I can actually feel a little bit of rain coming in. So hopefully it don't come too hard, because the park shuts in an hour or so. Again, a nice little indoor seating area, which is always nice, but you ain't got an obligation. I don't know how far I've had to cut that because of the music, but it's always nice that there's a seating area that isn't necessarily tied to a food place. And we've got more rides down there, but Steph just texted me telling me they're on the water ride, so I'm going back around here. And I'll probably leave it for now and pick up when we've finished in this section, because I've shown you everything in this section. I'm actually really enjoying these little moments we keep having with random figurines. But this is outside the water splash ride, and it's side of James's red balloon ride, and it's just a nice little train, because that's what you need in Thomas Land. Literally, it's Thomas Land. At the minute, Steph won't get in the videos. I've just gone, oh, come on, let's do a little quick. They're in the queue for Submarine Splash, and I'm like, come on, quick, let's just do a quick. What's your favourite ride so far? Clip. It's like, no, leave me alone. So she turned back, and I'm like, babe, serious? Come on. She's like, I'll do it later. Not when people are looking at me. See, I don't care. I generally don't care how many people are looking. I'm having a good day. I'm filming. I'm talking to all I'm saying is family. Who cares if people are looking? I was rather shocked by that. So while we're queuing for that ride, there's going to be about a 20-minute wait before we get onto it. So I thought, sod it, we'll come back around this side and vlog the rides on this side, because I'm not fully sure if we'll have time to do the rest of these rides, because there's only now like an hour and 10 minutes left, and we were hoping to get on the bigger coasters, which I'm not quite sure if we're going to manage it. Now what I will say about Thomasland is when we came for Evie's birthday last month, all we did with Thomasland, we didn't do all else. We got here half an hour after it opened, and that dominated the entire time we were here. We didn't leave early. I think we left half an hour early, maybe an hour early. And like I said, it was dead in here. Really quiet, and we didn't have any time left at the end of the day. So I've always said places like Drayton Manor, Alton Towers, you don't want a mix of kids, you want the same age. But if you've got kids, Thomasland really does fill up your day. It really is a whole all day thing, just Thomasland on its own, when it's not busy. So if it ever is busy, then you definitely ain't got time to do the rest of the park. And it is a decent little area. Like I said, it's really themed up. So that's like the entrance. I've come back down to here because there is like a third section. It's all one section, but it is strange how it's divided. It's like in a fork of three. But we've got Bertie Bus there. It goes up and round. We've got a little train ride, car ride on the left. And it's all just standard stuff, so I'm not fully interested in fully recording it out, because it is just stuff that you see at these places anyway. I don't want to sound like I'm being negative. I'm not at all. They are good rides and they work well. And this is the gate for Thomasland, the back gate. And like I said, this is the one that we chained up before. Now, the cars that we're seeing going up above, we're outside Thomasland now. And they basically go in and they weave through Thomasland. They go out back towards a water ride and then they come back in. But it's an interesting thing to note about this. If Thomasland is ever gated off, that is part of the outside. You enter it through outside of Thomasland, not in. Like I said, this gate's the cut off and you enter Thomasland, well, you enter the car ride through here. Although it looks like it's in Thomasland because it comes through Thomas area. I felt like I was rambling, man. It was quite hard to concentrate what I was doing because two kids were trying to shout and get my attention, not realising that I've got a directional mic. But there you go, there's the cars. I don't know if they're all Winston. That's something I'll try and click on in a minute. But that one's Winston. And I forgot to mention these cars. This ride is called, see, Amateur Hour, Diesel's Locomotive Mayhem. And it's a really cool system. I've seen rides like this before. There's two plates basically, and the cars do like a figure eight and turn as they do so. It's a really cool little ride for kids. I think that's where my vlog on the Thomasland section is going to end. Because I've talked about everything and I've shown you as much as I want to show you in here really. Hopefully we'll end up going back out of Thomasland for the rest of the vlog. So we've just come out of Thomasland, we're back down to the water ride on your left, and we're heading towards the Wave, which was actually originally a stand-up roller coaster apparently, and it's been changed to sat down. We've only got about 35 minutes left. Lily really wanted to go Maelstrom, but that's a 25-minute wait and the Wave is 30. So she had a choice and she's chose right, she's chose the roller coaster. Obviously there's 3 adults, so only 2 of us are going to be able to go on it, but it will more than likely be the last ride of the night. Now I've just noticed that there's a guy to the top of a water ride. And I thought it was a mannequin to start with, but now he's moving. So there you go. That is the Wave. Let's see who gets onto it. It's been a really good day so far. It hasn't rained all day, it's been cloudy but about 20 degrees. The rain just came a minute ago. A few splashes, note major, note to where they stopped recording, but that's gone again now. It is still forecast for the next hour, but we're all good. It's a decent sized roller coaster. As you come out of a storm force, you do drop straight into the water. So as you can see here, there's a massive splash area on that bit as you actually come out of the loading bay, loading area, loading station, whatever. And I've also just noticed the guy is come down the ramp and he's helping a cabin that gets stuck, which is probably why he's there permanently. Got some chicken dinner, and we're going over to the wave. I love that they put a advertisement billboard up and artificially ripped it for the ride to go through. Same kinds of things that don't make the ride any better, but they do it at the same point. I suppose it does make it better because obviously on a roller coaster, if you drop near the floor and go into a tunnel, like you do in quite a few, that adds to the actual experience. But it just looks good as well. There is also a rapids in the corner, which I didn't actually know exist, but there definitely is. So we made a decision. Steph's let me go on, even though I feel really bad about it, and I did tell her that she should go on. Nope, she weren't having it. It's me, Steph, and Lily. Cancel that. We'll not be going on the wave today because there's apparently an issue with it, and we don't know how long it'll be. Luckily, someone told us that before we climbed up all the stairs. So we've cancelled that one. Now to find out where everyone else wants to go. Half an hour, and typically the sun's just starting to burn through, which is really nice. I got a stretchy mic, I like it. And again, across from Stormforce, you have the park and another swing ride. The park's a good little feature in this park. And what I do like about Drayton Manor is amongst all the bigger rides, a lot of the bigger rides Lily can go on. Like I said, she's 1 meter too. A lot of the bigger rides Evie can go on. Not the biggest rides, obviously, but it's nice that she's actually incorporated. As I said on his way here, it can be really hard theme parks like this when you've got kids of all ages. I mean, we've got 17-year-old, 14-year-old, all the way down to 3-year-old. So trying to go to a place like this, you find yourself in one section of the park, kids are bored, other side of the park, the toddlers are bored. So you never really be able to get a decent mix. But Drayton Manor have seemed to have done a really good work at mixing it. They've got adult rides, they've got Thomas Land for the kids, but the kids are well incorporated throughout the park. I am really impressed with how this has gone. I can compare that to Alton Towers. At Alton Towers, you seem to have big rides for the adults, and then you've got a small little area for the kids. So it's one or the other, not both. And I always think, I don't understand why we do it like that. Why not separate it and make it separate things? Because at the same point, you have to pay for the adults. So if you go to Alton Towers, you have to pay the same for adults for the kids. And if you're only going to the kids area, then you've spent a lot of money on things you can't go on. Because again, if there's 2 adults, only one can go on the rides while the other looks after kids and whatnot. But I do think Drayton Manor have incorporated that really well. It's been better because Stacey's come, so we've been able to go on rides while she looks after the kids. Or like on the last one, Steph, we're going to look after the kids. But yeah, unfortunately we missed out on the wave because that's currently down for maintenance. The water ride's down for maintenance. But we've got on Gold Rush, and that's currently a 45-minute queue. So I'm really chuffed that we felt lucky with that. That was down for maintenance, and it opened just at the right time for us to get onto it. So we get these ice creams and then see what's occurring.
I'm gonna show something.
Two jolly circus men riding through with bubbles. That's exactly what you need to brighten up your day. I do like good little bits of fun like that. Nice little surprise. Just casually riding around the park, playing music, splashing out bubbles. We've decided that we're not going to go to the zoo. And so I'm going to tell you about the zoo when we came 2 weeks ago. And someone else just commented today. It was Devil's Advocate. Devil's Advocate said that the zoo were pretty much empty cages. And when we went the exact same. There's monkeys, there's the reptile area and stuff. But frankly, the zoo is quite disappointing to what it's been in past. I mean, it advertised that they've still got a lion. I couldn't see a lion anywhere when we came. I could see the enclosure where it used to be, but it hadn't been in there for a while, and it's quite obvious because it's all overgrown. There's some monkeys and stuff. And that's pretty much all there is, monkeys, birds and reptiles. So it is quite underwhelming. But for a park like this, I suppose they don't rely on the zoo if you like. It's just an extra addition. But at the minute, as it stands, it is really underkept. It really isn't doing very well. And quite frankly, I think Drayton Manor need to either decide that they're going to get rid of the zoo, or they need to start looking after it and get it back on top form. Because I've got to say, today we've walked around, nothing's spotless, but everything's clean. Everything's well maintained. At no point have I looked around going, oh, they're letting the side down with this. It does look really good. The atmosphere's banging. Everything has been on point and really good. So for the zoo to be letting the entire park down, it is a bit guttering. But so far we've had a good day. Like I said, we're going to walk back round to the entrance of the park, get a few rides that we didn't go on earlier, like Thor. I keep finding Friends. I like Friends. There is another thing that I hadn't mentioned that I keep meaning to mention and I just keep forgetting. Queue ride times. Now, most of the rides have got parts where you go on and there'll be a sticker saying if you're queuing to this point, it's 45 minutes, this point's half an hour, this point's 15. And that's alright. But quite often you get to entrance of a ride and it doesn't tell you how long to expect. Now, they have got that system in place because we've got digital boards dotted around the park. I've seen 2 in total, I think, and they have a list of rides, that tells you how long to expect of each ride. And that's great, but it isn't on the entrances like it is at most theme parks. We really could do with updating that system for a digital board. The other thing that I've noticed is most theme parks have that incorporated to an app, and Drayton Manor doesn't have that either. Now, don't take my word for that. I've looked on the website, I've looked on Play Store, and I couldn't find an app titled Drayton Manor. So there might be an app, but again, it's a bit disappointing that you can't actively walk around. The benefit of that kind of system is that you can go into the park, see where's quietest, go for that, and by the time you've been on the quietest ride, the busiest ride's now quieter, and you can rotate it like that and you can get most out of your visit. So I do feel not having that simple bit of a system massively lets the system down, or the site down. Again, we haven't queued that much recently, but Devil's Advocate was saying the other day that they only went on like 2 rides because they queued all day. A system like that that's already in place, if they've got the information boards up, it's just a simple system of incorporating it into an app. And in total, apps aren't that expensive, especially if it's this much money turnover. And I'm not saying that money's easy for places like this. I know it's a lot of overheads, I know there's a lot of expenses, and we do quite often show. But I just think it's a little bit let down on the side, and it could add to the experience massively.
This is a customer announcement.
Oh, customer announcement.
Carousel, please make your way to the guest service office opposite the Bounty Pirate ship. That's Carousel, please make your way to the guest service office opposite the Bounty Pirate ship.
How's your day going, Bubba?
Yeah, it's okay. Busy.
Yeah, but the queues haven't been that bad, have they, really?
Depends what ride you go on.
Well, we got on Gold Rush, like, straight away.
That's because it broke down.
Have you been having a good day, though?
Yes.
Is there anything that you can complain about?
No, not really.
See, it has been a good day. I'm sure kids have had a good day. We'll do another recap at the end of the day, find out whose ride were favourite at what and that sort of stuff. But the sun has now come out, so going to enjoy sun for a minute. And like I said, we're going back to Thor and Viking area. And like I said, the lake is the central part of this. So as we stood now with the lake, you've got the entrance of the Vikings over here, you've got the gold up there, the Accelerator and stuff there, the Vikings is there, and then the zoo's down that way, you've got Thomas Land up there, and then the wave and the water ride up there. So this is a really central place. It's a good meet-up spot, there's lots of benches around, there's food areas around, but it's a good central place that if you don't know where you're going, come back to the lake, and then you can easily see where what section is. it branches off from the lake, which is a really nice touch, if you know what I mean. It doesn't go round the lake, but the lake is like the centre of a fork. As luck would have it, the wave is back up working. We're not going to go back to it because, like I said, there's rides that we've missed, so we may as well go back round. And if you're thinking, oh, you hadn't done the zoo, that's not fair, you hadn't done this ride, you hadn't done that ride, me and Steph are planning on coming back. Again, I don't want this to be a theme park channel, but it's about as days are, it's about as life, and we're all going to try and do more days are. And Steph's really into roller coasters. So places like this, if we don't get around or it's too much oriented to the kids, we will come back to at a later date. And it's same for taking the kids out. If we go somewhere that's just me and Steph, but there's a really good kids section, we'll take the kids as well and see what they think about it. We're just waiting for Stacey now. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that that is back up and running. It weren't down for that long. So that's good. All them people that decide to stay and wait are going to get their comeuppance for waiting. But yeah, as well, like I said, don't feel like, oh, they've missed bits or I wanted to see that roller coaster, because we will come back and cover whatever we've missed, probably in September. Although I personally think there's lots of other places and theme parks, not just theme parks, that we could attend to. So we'll see. Let's face it, Stephanie is the boss. I just figured before we do go back to the entrance, seeing as I'm not going to the zoo, the very least I can do is show you the zoo. So like I said, here is the stage. And in good timing, I've just caught these chaps on the bike, because I missed them last time. I'm going to have to mute it, I think, because of the YouTube. So I just thought, yeah, I'd show you this bit down here that sticks with a Western theme, but it gets a bit loose as it goes through. And then the entrance to the zoo, because the entrance to the zoo I think is quite grand and nice and lovely. There's nothing grand about it, I suppose. There's gates on it and it's just the sign. There's something about the sign that is just nice. I mean, it's gone a bit over. It's not just a normal sign that they've painted or anything. It's got a light, as you can probably see it now, it's got a lion's head, it's got a monkey's head. It says Drayton Manor, but it is 3D. 4D. It's 4D. 3D means it's just, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm rambling. You can tell I'm not used to not talking about things. I prefer to research. There you go, the zoo. Like I said, you enter it does look decent, but I'm not saying it isn't decent. It has always been a decent zoo. But at this point, it's just a bit run down. And they haven't really replaced the animals that they've lost. So I don't know what's going on with that. It is a shame. Again, I know we saw it earlier, but I'm just going to show you the entrance to the Vikings as you approach it. Give it the credit that it's due, because it is quite an impressive entrance. And it's strange that it's an entrance, because although it's an entrance to a themed area, it is actually the entrance exit. So this is where you come into a park. And at first that didn't make much sense to me. But now it makes sense, because obviously as you enter the park, well, as you leave the park, you have to enter through it. So it were worth putting there and it were worth spending money on. Friend, are you excited to go back on the horses?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is it your favourite ride?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not running.
Do you know what noises horses make? Yeah, nay. What's your favourite animal? A horse?
Yeah.
Real horses or ride on horses?
Get up, get up, get up.
Is that what you said to horses? Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I can say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. This is hi, Jackson. Did take a picture, yeah. There isn't much theming on this ride compared to all the rest of the park, which is quite interesting. There's the odd little shield, like this one. Other than that, there's this dude, which I'm fairly sure at some point in this video, I have a very close-up encounter with his brother. He's not lacking in theme, it's just not a ton of theme. But it's a good ride. Are you enjoying yourself, Evie?
Yeah.
Yeah, is this your favourite ride?
Yeah.
Giddy up, giddy up. He's my friend! Had a picture of him in lot. So while we're waiting for Lily to load onto Thor, I just thought I'd show you what I meant by the queue time boards. They are actually double up as advertisement boards, perfect timing. But yeah, they're the actual queue time boards. Again, I don't personally think it's enough. Alright, it is enough, but they could massively improve customer experience by either putting them in front of the rides or even better, putting it into an app. But if I say even better into an app, I don't think that would be better because that relies on people having apps. The phone signal around here is not great, and I'm not saying we haven't got Wi-Fi, but I haven't noticed Wi-Fi. So maybe an app wouldn't be the best idea, but I mean, it's not going to be expensive to load them into the front of queue lines like a lot of people do. A tip worth pointing out that if you're going to pay for parking, if you drive, you're going to have to pay for parking. But it's £9 a car, which you can talk about the politics about it as much as you want. But if you don't buy it online, you have to pay it on your way out or your way in. You can pay it on your way in if you come to these machines. But I highly suggest you either buy it online. If you forget, like we forgot, then buy it on your way in. Because otherwise, if you're one of them types of people that rush to get out, you're going to be in a queue. Friend. And back to where we started. It's been a mint day, to be fair. Like I said, I'm very sorry that we haven't managed to get on everything. It's just not always possible. Just trying to cross road, bear with me a second. I'm not. So yeah, it's been a mint day. The weather's been on our side, thankfully. In the park and all, like I said, we haven't queued that much. The queuing system really has annoyed me. But unlike Water Valley, it is much easier to do whether they're tall enough, because it is actual measurements and the signs are roughly about right. And obviously we've got the gauges when we get in. I think it's been a good day. My favourite thing was by far the gold rush. Thank you, Jackson. The gold rush. Again, it's not the world's best roller coaster. It's not the tallest, it's not the fastest. There's no inversions and weird and wonderful things like that. But what it is really clever. So it is one that you've got to go on at least once, because you go on it, and I suppose I've ruined it by telling you what happens, but it just takes you by surprise. And I was laughing my entire way around thinking, you clever gets, well done in designing that. Jackson, have you had a good day?
Yes.
What's been your favourite part?
Going on that spinning ride. At first you didn't think it would go up, but it went up like thingy, like the one that Lily said. That one.
Which spinny one?
The one that was near Gold Rush.
All right, yeah. Lil, what's been your favourite part of today? Have you had a good day?
Yeah, I had a good day, and my favourite part, spending time with my family and going on rides with them.
Oh, she's trying to win points there. Most importantly, have you had a good birthday?
Yeah.
Good, good. Evie? Have you had a good day, baby? Has it been fantastic, brilliant, or just good?
Just good.
Just good?
Yeah.
Just good. £15 I paid for her. Would you come again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So now we're going to need to catch up with Steph and Stacey. Even though Steph don't want to be on video, she will be on video because she's a part of his new channel. Stacey, have you had a good day?
Okay. Yep. It's been brilliant.
The TV interviews with this badly. I mean, come on. Babe, come on, this is your channel as well.
My favourite part was seeing all my babies smile.
That's been your favourite part, has it? So she didn't want to be on camera, and then she's asking me to come back because she hasn't finished her segment. Babe, come on, it's your channel as well. Have you had a good day?
Yes.
What's been your favourite part?
What, my favourite ride?
Yeah, your favourite ride?
The new one.
The Gold Rush.
Yeah, that we had to run for. I learned I could run.
That were so lucky. Other than what ride, has that ride been your favourite part, or have you got a separate favourite part?
No, I've enjoyed all the day. We've all had fun. Ayla's going to go into someone else's car.
And I said you want to come again, but you've already said you'll come back next month when kids are at school.
I'm coming back in September. But I don't know where I'm up there.
Right, so that's us from, I'm going to say like Water Valley then. Then I'm going to say Fate Park. It's not either of them. Where are we? We're at Drayton Valley. No, we're not. We're at Drayton Manor. I'm going to start that again because I went through every theme park before I got to Drayton Manor. That's been our day at Drayton Manor. We've all had a fantastic day. And I ain't asked Ayla. Ayla, have you had a good day?
Yeah.
That was a year from Ayla, but she's also too busy trying to hit me with a flag. Again. All I'm saying is, I love you. Take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. Next week, we have got... What we're doing next week? We ain't got out next week. I'm going to try and get an interview with Stephen Smith, the boy in the cellar. He's a friend of mine. His life story is incredible, heartbreaking, disgusting actually. So we're going to go back to the true crime stuff for that kind of thing. I'm going to interview him, not about the book, but about his life. But the book's about his life. So we're going to do that. And then after, we're going to the weirdest place on earth. Apparently, that's what they've said, not us. I think, and I hope, that video's me and Steph. There's a good chance that kids might have to come because their plans have changed. But we'll see. Hopefully with me and Steph, because I'm really dying to do a me and Steph video. But we'll see. We're finally back at the car. So, again, I'm going to say it one last time. All I'm saying is I love you. Take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. And I'll see you next week. Bye.